Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel. If you are coming first time to here, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Now coming to this video, in this video we will see how to do the custom asynchronous validations. So in this previous video we have seen the custom validation, how to write the custom validation we have seen. That is simply it's a synchronous validation. Why? Because so the logic everything will be here only. Now if you have some validation, something like email, if you want to see something like email or anything, so going to the server and check that whether the email is existing or not, and coming and depending on that response you need to do the logic and all those things. So in order to do that one, so how can you implement this asynchronous validators? So we will see in this video. So first is first, what we will try to do is we will try to implement the asynchronous. So here I will be writing is restricted emails. So I will be creating one method is restricted emails. So here the same thing, what it will take is it will take the control, okay, that is of type form control. So it will take the control form control, and the return type for this one is not like this of any key with true or false, is not that like that. So we can take that one as promise. So it can be of type promise, of type any, okay, or observable. It can be of observable also. So make sure you need to include it in the RxJS, okay, observable of any. So it should be a promise, okay, promise or observable. Why? Because we will be getting a promise or an observable also we can be getting. So it can be anything. So now here what we need to do is, so let's try to create basic promise, okay. So I will simulate the logic calling to the server, as you don't have a server or anything. So just I am simulating, I am creating a dummy call, something like that, just like the promise. So we will see it like this. So here I am creating a new promise, okay. So promise will have two methods, that is resolve and reject, two parameters, sorry. And in this resolve and reject I will be taking some time, set timeout. Why? Because so we will be having some time to get the response from the web server, right? So that is the reason I am creating a time. So I will be creating some 2000 or something like this, so that means 2 seconds. And here I can write that if control dot value is equal to, so I will take one email. So if this email is if the user has written this email, means I need to show that error. So please show a valid email or something like that, or otherwise you can show you can pass the validation. So just for dummy purpose I am doing. So here I can return sorry, I can resolve. So I need to resolve, okay, resolve this one and create any key. Email is restricted, any key, whatever you want, just like the synchronous calculator, okay. Synchronous validator, how we are doing same thing like that. So I am sending an object resolve, and if it is not there means we need to resolve null, okay. So if we are passing this one means, so it is the validation is not passed, so we need to show the validation error. If you are passing null means the validation has passed, so you can continue with the next validation. Now at the last what we need to do, we need to return this promise, okay. So return promise, return this promise, okay. So this is how we will be writing the asynchronous calculator. So asynchronous, sorry, validator, I am writing all the time the calculator, so it's not a calculator, it's a validator. Is restricted emails control, we are taking the control, and promise and observable we have the return type is promise or observable. We have created a new dummy, just a dummy call promise, and we are checking with that one. So if anything control, in that control with the user has written test@test.com means I am showing the validation error, or otherwise I am resolving null, okay. So I am writing. So where we need to call this email in this method, so we can go to the email here. We should not call in this place, okay. We should not call here directly. So for asynchronous validators, you will be having third parameter. So okay, so these are, first one is the validation function is the synchronous validator, and the last one is the asynchronous validator. So it could be single validation asynchronous validator or an array of asynchronous validations, okay. So array of asynchronous validations also we can write. So right now we have only one single validations, just we can write this dot is restricted, okay. So we can copy this method and I can directly write here, okay. So this dot is restricted, sorry, totally copied, I think. This dot is restricted emails, okay. I copied this one, so no need to call this method like this. So why? Because validations will call that one. And also what we need to do is, if you are using this here, if you are using this in the validation emails, you need to pass the dot bind of this, just like here. Okay, so about the bind thing, what we have seen in the previous video. So if you are right now, I am not using any this here, so that is the reason I am not using any bind. So if you are using by this dot means, so you better to pass the dot bind of this. Okay, now this is the synchronous validator. Now let's go to the output and let's see. So here this is the validation. Now closely look at this email control. Okay, so now here I go to the email control. Closely look at this one. So now I have written test@test.com. So here you will be able to see that. One second. Let me refresh this one code. Okay, so let me save this one also, and let's see whether this it's compiling or not. So it is compiling. Okay, let it compile. Okay, it has been compiled, and we got an error that reactive. Oh yeah, we got that one is gone. Why this error is come? Angular reactive forms dot component is not a module. Why this error? We'll change it again and we'll check it. Okay, it's building. Yeah, it's not a problem. So now I can go here and I can do the refresh. So page has been refreshed. We got an error here. Why git compiler is not loaded. So let's go to the, what is the error we are getting? Let's see in the app module. Let's see reactive forms. Okay, everything is correct. Yeah, fine. Sometimes we get this type of errors. What we need to do is we need to terminate and we need to run ngserve again. Okay, then we will get these type. It will go this type of errors. Sometimes compiler will get stuck in between this one. Successfully compiled. Now let's check the output. Yeah, now we are getting the output. So this happens sometimes. So when the Angular code is got stuck, so we need to recompile it again. Okay, this happens rarely. So now I can go to this email thing. Okay, so now here I will write test.com. So if you see here, it is in the ng-pending. If you observe that one, ng-pending. Why? Because it is making, so for example, I will write here. So now it is invalid. Why? Because test.test.com we are not allowing this one. So now here I am writing test2, and here you will be able to see that ng-pending is there. Immediately it got ng-valid. So we are also getting an extra class that ng-pending. So with that class you can show any loading symbol or getting the data from the server. We can show anything. But here if you see test2 is valid. Now if I remove this one, again it is making the call ng-pending, and we got ng-invalid. Okay, so this is how. So if you want to write your custom validations thing, you can write as the username I have mentioned, sign up form get of that one dot errors dot required is there dot like that is there. So you can use this one. For example, if I click on add, you will be getting the form group, and you can go to the controls, and you can go to the user data, and again you can go to here, and again you can go to the email, and here you can see that email is restricted is true. You are able to get same how we got that name is a name restricted name. So the same scenario you will be getting. So you can write the what I can say, the error conditions like this: ng if dot errors dot required dot errors dot name is restricted. In the same scenario, here you can write the email is restricted. Right now I am not implementing, so you can implement on your own. You can practice that one. Okay, so this is how we will be writing the custom asynchronous validators. Okay, so right, this is how we will be implementing the asynchronous validators. So if you are having a group of asynchronous validators, means just mention those all things in the as an array like this. Okay, this is also the 7 and the same only. So here you need to remember that. So this is the value what is need to be pre-populated. These are the custom validators and the validators, synchronous validators, and the third parameter is the optional one, and the second parameter is also an optional one, but third parameter is an asynchronous validators, which is making to the call to the server, which is which has written type of promise or observable. Okay, so this is about the custom asynchronous validators. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.